Now we're real. Now we're real. A month? Cover B'siyata the Shmaya. 1 month. 1 month until the holy wedding. Well, we should be zochet to have eyes like Kira and the consistency like Amnon. All right. We're continuing with the huge Mazal Tov. Huge Mazal Tov. It's mamish huge. So we're in the middle of the fifth Sicha of Rabbi Nachman's Sichot Haran. So we're talking about the dangers of philosophy. Rabbi Nachman says, just in short, we were speaking about last night, Moshe Schiff was giving Chidushay Torah on what it means to be close to tzaddik and distant from a tzaddik at the same time. And Rabbi Nachman speaks about how when one wants to start off in Avos Hashem, we have to start with this fear, with the understanding that Hashem is so great and He's beyond limitation. So Rabbi Nachman says the dangers of philosophy is or are is the reason or the reasons why they put limitations. They want to come to a conclusion. They want to come to a certain point within the process where they're like, we know. Where the Jewish books, once they get to that conclusion, they realize it's the beginning. That's what we're taught. Mamash, when we feel like we're at the end, we're mamash at the beginning, right? It's this never-ending cycle because everything is gone. It's also this. It's also this. It's infinite. It's mamash infinite, and Baruch Hashem, we have to thank Hashem for whatever we see, and hopefully we could be grateful for everything that we can see. But we also have to be thankful to HaKadosh Baruch Hu for everything that we don't see. That's how great HaKadosh Baruch Hu is. So this is why we never find a person, says Rabbi Nachman, who has become upstanding and God-fearing through the study of philosophy. Although such works do contain such some discussion of good traits and the like, they add up to nothing. One loses much more than he gains, as the end result is great confusion. The severe prohibition against studying such works have been noted elsewhere. Right, Rabbi Nachman was talking about yesterday how we need to be an ish pashat. We need to be a simple person walking the path of the Kadosh Baruch Hu and having that awareness and that recognition, that understanding, and that belief and that openness to the greatness of the Kadosh Baruch Hu. That Kadosh Baruch Hu is beyond limitation, and this is an easy thing to say. Speaking about it here, in practice, it's the hardest thing, right? Because one thing happens at work and all of a sudden, like our whole world breaks down. But do we actually know? Do we actually know what's going on behind the scenes? Right? And like it's very hard. It's very hard to have this godly awareness all the time, all the time. But it's mamish something that we need to work towards. We need to work towards. Doesn't mean not be a human being. But within being a human being, like, where's everything rooted? Where's everything coming from? So Rav Meyer says, how do we get to Ahavat Yisrael? How do we get to Ahavat Yisrael? How can we look at someone in the street, some random person, and be like, I love that yid? How are we able to invite a random person for a Shabbos meal? You know, those people, how special they are. Just inviting random people at a Friday night for a Friday night meal. How do we get to this? How do we get to this point? So he says that we need to start. Rabbi Itchmar says, miyad, immediately when seeing a person. I see Avi Hirakowski, for example. Before I see Avi Hirakowski, I'm like, wow, he's a Chilko Kamimam Mamish. And all of a sudden, because I'm diving inside to the Chilko Kamimam Mamish, to the godliness, to the infinitude of Kadosh Baruch Hu, therefore I could work myself out. I work my way out. And all of a sudden, things become, I can't even find the words anymore. But the experience is different. The experience is different. And Baruch Hashem, we should be Zocha. So a couple more lines. One, okay, the severe prohibition against studying Torah says have been elsewhere. Okay, the Rebbe often told us how fortunate we were that Moshe Rabbeinu showed us the right way. Moshe began the Torah without any philosophical proof, with the simple words, "In the beginning, God created heaven and earth." He directed us to believe in Hashem through his faith and not to enter into speculation. It wasn't even like a question. Oh, amazing! It's a crazy thing, Dan. It's a crazy thing. Moshe Rabbeinu, we're supposed to walk with simplicity when it comes to our Avodas Hashem, when it comes to Torah. And how does the Torah start? In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. It wasn't like a question. It wasn't a question, it was just a statement. It was just like, this is it. It's like, no speculation whatsoever. Like this is just the simple meaning of it. That God is the master of everything. And there's no way around it. It's an amazing thing. Moshe Rabbeinu taught us this. Right? Without any philosophical ideas and proofs and all that stuff. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. Gaval. One more line and then we'll open it up. Although the Zohar Kadosh belittles the mere fear of punishment, our moral classics write that this is still the main gateway to true devotion. There's different levels of yira. There's yira hachet, yira to onesh, I think, and yira to romamut. The highest level is yira to romamut, which is something that we all want to get to. I actually just saw it today, from the Ramchal in Mesilat Yesharim in chapter 25, where he speaks about yira to romamut, how it's this understanding of, and this is what we're speaking about, the awe of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Rabbi Nachman says this is the main thing in the Avodas Hashem to get to this point. And like Moshe mentioned last night, I know we're quoting a lot of people over here, but once we're able to enter into the fear, then we're able to enter into the love. Because he gives the example of the rabbi, of the tzaddik, and then we'll open it up. I know, Chaver, we're on a tangent right now. It's late at night, Baruch Hashem. Moshe Shiv gives the example of when you see great rabbi, a tzaddik, we have to start with this fear. Lahavdil, like we have to, do to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? But why do we have to have this fear? We have to understand the distance. We have to understand that, all right, I'm not on the level of tzaddik. But once we're able to get to that distance, once we're able to fear that tzaddik, once we're able to fear HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then we're able to enter into the closeness, into the love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And we understand how amazing that is. It's like basic training in the army. There's lishmor something like to have distance with your commander. You have to understand that there's levels to this. But once the basic training's over, you realize there could be closeness too, a great level of closeness. So chaver b'siyata d'shmaya, we should live with that balance and understand how great Yira is. It's not a scary thing like we're taught in the first grade. It's actually the greatest thing. It's the main way to enter Tavos Hashem, and it's Baruch Hashem. We should be zocha to bask in the light of Kadosh Baruch Hu, be aware of it at all times. Questions, comments, feel free. Sorry, I was rambling for a while and quoting a bunch of names and getting confusing.
It's a new sticker. You got it. I was thinking of it yesterday. You just really put it together. It's Avat Yirat Shomayim, Avat Yirat Chet. It's combining them. Think about it. It's I don't know. I just couldn't help but think of that when you were saying it. It's to be excited at this opportunity to have that like reverence and that distance, like you're saying. Like, because when you think about it with a Rebbe, like think about our Rebbe, Rav Yair. There's some people that maybe don't understand like the Yira level because he's so with us. But then think about how exciting it is to feel that Yira, how much Ava we have for the Yira.
Right.
That's what it is. Avas Yiras Shemaim. That's what it is.
Whoa, sticker it up. We covered the lotus cookies. It's good. Wow. Valdik. Anyone else, or we could conclude on that sticker. I think it's anyone else before we close up shop over here. We have to go in repairs. We have to recharge the batteries, Recharge the batteries, yeah. Anyways, have fun stargazing. And Dad, we'll speak in a few. Love you guys.
You got it. Bye.
Bye.